What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on Jalen and Jacoby, they're going to be talking about, does Russell Westbrook receive too much disrespect? So let's see what they have to say about him.
That had a huge triple-double last night. Russell Westbrook did the same, except he upped the ante. He finished with a wild stat line. Jalen Rose, over 30 points, over 10 rebounds, over 20 assists. No one's done it since Magic Johnson. Is Russell Westbrook over?
That's nothing surprising for Russell Westbrook. That's not the problem. The problem is him not having any rings at this point in time.
Looked and disrespected by the media and fans.
He's disrespected, absolutely. And it's been that way basically his entire career. When he was shining with OKC, we blamed him for getting in Kevin Durant's way. Who is this guy that has the nerve to be taking as many or more shots than Kevin Durant? Get out of the way and give KD the ball. And then all of a sudden, I look at the stat sheet, they both have 30. They both have 40. And it was a time one of them had 50 and the other one had 40. And then KD left. And then Russell averaged a triple-double and won MVP. And then over the last couple of years, he's played for a couple of teams. And usually you don't see MVPs play for multiple teams in consecutive seasons. So when he was healthy in Houston, playing small ball, he was still putting up big numbers. He got injured, played hurt, and I told you at the beginning of the year, I saw an interview where he said he's basically felt like he's playing on one leg. Here's what makes Russell polarizing. He's that guy that you say all of the cliches for, that you want to go hard all of the time. You don't want fraternizing with the opponent, and you want to compete on every possession like it's his last. Usually that's not the point guard, though, or the primary ball handler. Usually that's a wing or that's a big, but he has that mentality. So the first 2 minutes of the game or the final 2 minutes of the game, it seems like Russell is playing like they're not keeping score. Because
Yeah, let me stop Jalen real quick. Yeah, but Russell Westbrook makes stupid decisions. He acts like he has a low basketball IQ. He takes bad shots. He doesn't pass when he's supposed to. Don't get me wrong. I like Russell Westbrook. He's an absolute baller. He takes care of business. That man's out of Euclid. But he has a low basketball IQ, or acts like he has a low basketball IQ. He's never got a ring. He's played with multiple All-Stars and hasn't been able to get it done. But when they leave, they take care of business. So, you know, you can look at James Harden, Kevin Durant, a couple of different guys that have been there, and things just haven't worked out. So more and more as years progress, it looks like Russell Westbrook is a problem. It was a problem in OKC because everybody else takes off and does okay. You know, KD's got rings. James Harden's well on his way to getting a ring this year. You know, so it's pointing that Russell Westbrook is a problem. Like I said, he makes bad basketball decisions.
he's going to attack the exact same way. And that's what makes him polarizing to so many people. But he's still a top 15 player in the game, and I'm glad he's still putting up big-time numbers.
Again, I'm not trying to bash Russell Westbrook. He is a baller. He definitely goes hard. He's a guy that you want to be playing with, to be in the trenches as far as going hard, but he makes bad decisions. He acts like he has a low basketball IQ, and that's why, you know, Kevin Durant had to leave and go someplace else and get his jewelry someplace else. No matter what you want to say about his decision to join, you know, the all-time winningest team in the Golden State Warriors, you know, it turns out it was the right decision. The right decision. Again, I like Westbrook. He's a baller, but, you know, the problem is now, you know, we know he can put up big numbers, but at this point in time, he needs to get a ring and should have a couple rings at this point in time, and he doesn't. So whenever he has a super good game, it doesn't mean anything because we know who's going to fall apart in the playoffs.
I also think that there's something about Russell Westbrook and Dame that's just not cuddly and friendly the way Steph is. Like, he's not smiling, and he's not showing off his family and doing all the Instagram videos. Like, he plays with a scowl, and I think some people don't love that, but I do.
Know what it is between him and Steph Curry wins championships. That's the difference. Nobody cares about your scowl or if you're a happy family man. All people care about is production on the court, and Steph Curry has gotten it done. Russell Westbrook hasn't gotten it done, and he has plenty of all-stars with him. So he has nothing to show for it. It doesn't matter what type of game he has. It's the same thing with James Harden. You know James Harden can put up huge numbers, and he's a baller and all that, but it doesn't mean anything if you get to the playoffs and fall apart. Again, this year James Harden might be well on his way to getting a ring, but until then, no one cares about your big game.
And like you said, he brings it every single night. He has one speed. It's a million miles an hour. And one thing to point out about the trajectory of his career that you so astutely put together, when he was with KD, he got criticized. KD leaves, he was a one-man band, MVP. Then he goes and joins James Harden. Doesn't really fit, gets criticized. Last night, Bradley Beal's not in the game. He just feels comfortable when he doesn't feel like there's another star next to him that he needs to work the ball to. He can just go, like I said, 100 miles an hour and get another triple-double. What an impressive performance from him.